What's up, guys? It's your boy Perp, and we are back finally with the new market watch. It's been a while, just dealing with a lot of stuff. Kind of been focused on other things like music and stuff too, and trying to maintain, the meta play with One Piece and continuously going to the tournaments. And I don't know, just a lot of stuff's been happening. So I haven't really been able to get to the market watch in a while, but we're finally here with the newest market watch. And today is pretty cool. We're gonna just focus on OP-01 and OP-02, Romance Dawn and Paramount War. And we're gonna see kind of like these huge price jumps in some of these cards that are being used right now, or getting prepared to be used in the next set in OP-05. And these jumps are pretty high, pretty like overnight in some of these cards. It's really crazy. The prices in Romance Dawn alone, everyone knows it's just skyrocketing right now. I'm not too sure why. I can't really explain to you what's going on, whether between, waiting for another reprint of product, or just really hard to find, I guess. It seems that Romance is starting to become difficult to find again after the reprint already was put out. So we're probably getting another one coming around the corner. So yeah, let's just get right into it, guys. We're going to start with Romance Dawn, the booster box. As you can see, the price has always been up there, but I mean, $325 for a Romance Dawn. Now I can't say whether these are blue bottoms or white, which is like the errata cards before they were errated or whatever. So the blue bottoms, I believe, are the ones that weren't or were errated. I'm not too sure. I don't want to say the wrong thing. But there is a thing like that going on between, if you see a huge price difference between one Romance Dawn box and the other, it's probably because one is pre-eroded or whatever. So yeah, that's the reason why. But I mean, $325, guys. I mean, that is way, way, way up there. That is a lot for a booster box. That is too much. To me, that is just too much. But the cards in here are really, really good right now. Really good. It's crazy. So let's just get right into it. We're gonna start with the Romance Dawn cards. So we'll start with Otama, just the common. $5, $5 for a common. It's uncommon, but it is a common. I mean, it's a great card. Everyone knows this card. Very, very known. Very well used in between Law and Whitebeard and other red decks like Zoro and all that. I mean, it's just like a staple. So any of the reprints of Otama that are in a higher rarity are up there. Like, they are really up there for sure. So $5 for an uncommon common just says a lot. Let's get into the next one. Uses Captain Kidd. This is the 8-drop where it is when rested, your opponent cannot attack anything else other than this card. Just focus. So this card was always a pain. Really, really good card. And people stopped playing it for a little bit, I think, when green kind of died down a little bit to focus on other colors and stuff. But we're now starting to see it come back around because the price has definitely shot right up. We're looking at $6 pretty much for $6 plus, almost $7. So I'd say $7 for, let's see, actually I take that back, $8, because we're looking at the Japanese here. So starting in English, we're looking at $8 basically for this rare. It just shows like for those who still have a bunch of these, I mean, they were like a few dollars. They're really cheap for a long time. But now we're looking at 7 to 8. And honestly, these prices may rise a little bit more because I know I'm seeing this card being played in OP-05 a lot and starting to kind of get looked at again towards the end of OP-04. So it'd probably be a good time to get these. If you want to wait to see if the price drops a couple more bucks, you could, but I mean, I think it's time to start getting these if you are looking to play anything green in OP-05. There's some decks for sure that are going to be playing this, so keep an eye out for that one. And then Yamato, this card has always been pretty expensive, kind of always running around the number of like $13, $16 a pop, but now it is shot up to 26. Now I know when it first shot up to 25, I think it's because of the announcement for the I think it's OP-06, the multicolored leader Yamato, green and yellow, that has double attack. Yeah, that's just super broken. in gross. So they're running this card in that deck also. So it's gonna be one of those decks that are gonna really be super rough. I feel like it's gonna be like a Whitebeard times 2. I don't know. It's gonna be crazy, but that's why this price has jumped so high, is because of that deck, I believe. There's definitely some Mana Wano and green happening in OP-06 for sure. Unless it's an OP-05, but I believe it's OP-06 for the Yamato, which is pretty far out there, you know. So I mean, when things are first announced, prices are gonna explode right away because they're like, oh, we can use this in this deck, and oh, this is definitely gonna be used, and people go for it and right away, and the prices rise right away, and we're like several months out from OP-06. So there's gonna be in between, in the middle of that, where it dies back down, kind of the hype, as you can see here. Like, here's the hype, and then it's kind of dips down a little bit because people are just kind of like, I don't know, they're just getting crazy, and it should chill out a little bit, and then it might go back to this again. So you guys could wait a little bit. Hopefully it can drop down to 18 to 20 bucks or something for you guys. We don't know, but it's a super good card, and everyone's excited for the Yamato. And then let's look into Kaido. I just did the Perro, the alt leader, or the alt rare for this card, this 10 drop. This is the one that blows up the whole field except for itself. This card was pretty low for a while. That's why I got me a couple, because I got them up at like, I don't know, like, yeah, like here, 13, 10 bucks. And they were like this for a while. And then, I don't know, I think it's just purple's starting to come into play. I think, you know, the OP-05 with the all the new purple, the SD10. I think it just has to do with all this new purple hype coming on, and this price of this card is driven all the way back up to like 30. I mean, when this first came out, it was like a $50-$60 card. But this is definitely rose like a really good amount, and now it's up to $30, basically 30 bucks. So for those who are able to get it at like the $10-$15 mark, good job. Now we're up there, and I don't see it going back down. If it does, it won't be for a little bit. It may not ever go back down. I don't know. So we'll see. And then we're looking at Trafalgar Law. This is one of my most favorite ones of this crazy hype. This card is just non-stop expensive and annoying. I had two. I traded one. The price flew up on this card, and I was left with one, and I'm like, man, now I need 3 because there's a lot of green stuff I want to work with, and I had no choice but to buckle up and get 3 of them at basically like 24 23 bucks a pop. And it sucks because, I mean, for a full set of this, I mean, you're looking at $100 for 4 cards. They're not even alt arts or secret rare, you know. Just a really good card, and big part of it is Law, you know. So everyone knows that Law is just one of those top decks next to Zoro, that's not going anywhere soon. It's just a solid deck, and this is an absolute 4 in that deck. So, you know, yeah, people have to pay to play, you know, and it's a really good card. It just really is. It's just the, you know, the bouncy on play, bounce a card back, play another card or the same card again, use the effect twice in one turn. So yeah, and it's a blocker. And then we're gonna look at the alt art, which is $84. 84 bucks. This kind of is like, reminds me of like Zoro, the Rush Zoro 3-5. You know, that card was about 100 bucks non-stop, consistent on the parallel rare. Same with this Trafalgar Law. You know, the lowest rarity is sticking around 20, 25, you know, and this just the same story. And yeah, I mean, nothing else to say except these Romance Dawn cards are really up there. And then let's go look at the next one. We got Dracula Mihawk. This price rose crazy. Big part of it is because of Queen. Queen runs this in the deck, anywhere from 2 to 4, I'd say, you know, majority 3 to 4, but it's a really good card. I mean, you just place a character 7 costs or less to the bottom of the deck, Just extremely good field removal. It doesn't bounce to hand. It puts at the bottom of the deck, so it's basically no more of that card for the rest of the game. And yeah, these were a solid, you know, $6 to $10 for a while. But now we're looking all the way back up to $20 a card, $20 a card on the Mihawks. I mean, all these prices are just up there on some of these cards for the romance. That's why these boxes are so high, because all these cards are just really coming into play right now. Dracula Mihawk, this is the same card, but the alt version. This one we're looking at basically $80. You know, another $80 card. It's just crazy. It's expensive, you know, especially if you're trying to ice out a deck, you know, and in the deck, half the deck is a Romance Dawn cards or something. Good luck, you know. It is expensive. It's gonna cost you. So hopefully we can get another reprint coming around the corner in December or something for the new year. And then we have the leaders. Now this one is upsetting to me. This one hurt my soul a little bit. The other day, like I'd say like 4 days ago, I was looking into getting an Odin. So you know, I contacted some of the locals, and I found an Odin, and at that time it was about 45. As you can see here, full market price 45. It was 45 to 50. I was like, all right, that's nothing, you know. And it's Odin. I wanted to make the deck because I love Odin. He's like my favorite character. I wanted to pay tribute, you know, to my guy. And overnight, just the next day, I checked the market, and boom, we went from 50 to 80 bucks. And I was pretty upset. It sucks because I don't want to spend 80 bucks on a leader that I'm not gonna actually play the deck that much, especially in a competitive way, just for fun. I definitely would love the card because I'm a fan of One Piece. I like to collect cards and stuff, but yeah, just 80 bucks, it doesn't sound appealing to me, and it's unfortunate. So, you know, all I can do is just wait. Same for the others, you know, that had the same plan. They were like, I'm gonna get Odin randomly, you know, and now we're looking at 80 some bucks. So best to do is, you know, maybe wait. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait and see what happens, because I don't see Odin like popping off in OP-05 or anything like that. Hasn't been really played in OP-04, OP-03, not really in OP-02 that much. So I don't know why this price rose so much. I don't know if someone just bought out the cards at the lowest price and it forced everything else to be 80 plus. So we can just, all we can do is wait, see, you know, other people post at lower prices, the competitively, you know, trying to sell a card. It'll drop. So I think we just gotta wait, unless I'm missing something here, but it will drop. And then let's go into the Zoro. Zoro is second to the most expensive leader in Romance Dawn. We're looking at $230. It's a lot. It is a lot of cash for one card that's a leader. It is Zoro. You know, it's either Zoro, Law, or Whitebeard that wins these big events. So when you're looking for an alt-art leader to play, and your dex happens to be one of those, you're gonna have to pay the price to look cool, I guess. You know, I mean, for me, I would love to have this card, but I don't see the problem of also having the anniversary pack one. It's the other version, another alt-art version of the leader, which is really cool still. It's not Romance Dawn, but it's still dope. But yeah, 230 bucks plus. Yeah, they're just way up there. Really, really, really nice card though. And then the most expensive leader, I think in the entire game, like for an alt-art leader card, is Trafalgar Law. Absolutely, $260. Man, that's a lot. That's, I mean, there's I think the Soj King from OP-03, the manga rare is cheaper than this. So just Law is one of those insane decks that have the same exact build for like 4 sets now. Nothing's changed in the deck pretty much, which is crazy to me. But yeah, the card's super dope, super expensive. I would like to have one day, but I ain't paying $260. And let's go to the next one. Last one of the Romance Dawn, we're throwing in the manga art Shanks. These manga arts are rising. They're actually rising. A lot of them are dropping. I don't know why. I think just hype towards the new manga, hype towards the next manga. Or eventually, like down the line, the first manga rare is going to start rising, which makes sense, which is Shanks. We're looking at $1,000. I mean, the lowest it actually went was 600 something. So the fact that it went up almost $400 is pretty cool for those who actually held on to their manga rares and believed in them, didn't give up. Kudos to you guys. I wish I kept my ace, but it's okay. $1,000. That's awesome. I think it's healthy. It's a manga rare. These cards should be rare. They should be hard to get, and they should be worth, how hard it is to get. So it's nice to see some cards, hold its value for sure. And then let's get into the next set, OP-02. Not too many cards in OP-02 that rose in price, so we'll get through this quick. This is a booster box, $150. At first they were like, $100, of course, like most boxes, but they're going all the way up to $150. I think it has to do with a few cards in here when it comes to like, maybe like Whitebeard cards basically, and Admirals, the black cards, because of, what's her name, Rebecca. So we'll see here. Let's get into it. And of course, for example, the film cards. So Nami, $13 for just a rare. I think it's the rare, right? The silver. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I know they were a little bit more. I think they reached up to like 15 a pop at one point, but we're down a little bit to 13, and they're probably gonna hold, maybe drop a little bit. No, actually, I think they'll drop a little bit, or even more. Honestly, I take that back. Next set, Doflamingo Purple Green. It's going to be more focused on actual Doflamingo pirates, Don Quixote pirates, so we probably won't be seeing the film engine as much. And if that is the case, all these film cards will drop in price. So we'll see what happens. This is the alt art version of the Nami. She's looking at 45. I think she's always kind of just been here. The lowest is like $40. So I think she's always kind of stuck around this price. I just thought I'd throw her in here because it's the alternate version. There's not a lot of OP-02 in here either. So of course the Borsalino. This is one of the best blockers in the game. Yeah, he just super needed. Now I'm trying to think about it. I don't know why he's up, because I know Rebecca doesn't play him. Unless I'm wrong, I don't remember seeing any Barcelonas in any Rebecca builds that I played against. So, maybe guys leave a comment below the video. Let me know what you guys think. Why these Admirals are just still, holding its price and rising. I know Sakazuki, OP-05 is blue-black. Now that makes sense. But for the current set right now, I'm not too sure. So you guys definitely comment below your opinions and why these Admirals are, holding its price. And then Kuzan, same with this. Why did Kuzan rise? It's interesting. I do see him in a few Rebecca builds, but they aren't usually the top contenders that run this card. So to see this one actually rise up back to 40, it was like 25 for a long time, 25 bucks. It doubled its price. So I'm not too sure. Maybe it's preparation for OP-05 again. So again, if you guys know, definitely comment below, let me know. And then we got 3 cards left. Let's just end it with the Ace. The best, one of my favorite characters of the entire show. We got Ace here, $10. The price rose, like it shot up. It was as low as $3. Now we're looking at $10, $11 a card. I guess you can say some aces have been doing pretty good. People are trying to figure out ace a little bit more better. And of course, Whitebeard. Whitebeard's #1, the second deck and best deck in the whole game. So I can see maybe why people just kind of like, oh, I need to start focusing on Whitebeard again in these competitive scenes. If they actually want to place, that's what it is. So they're like, probably getting the cards they need. They run at the same time, so that they actually have a chance to actually win something. That's how I feel. I love taking the decks that I make to these big events, and I do all right. or do horrible, but I haven't been able to top something, you know. So I'm like one of those, just like, you know, maybe I just need to take Whitebeard because that's just what these big events are about. So that could be the reason. Then the alternate art version of the 7-drop Rush, $70. It's up there. It's definitely up there. It's a really, really cool card though. It's really nice. I don't personally wouldn't pay that. I'm fine with this rarity, but for those like the ice out, especially Whitebeard, if it's like the best deck right now and you're actually winning and placing, you know, then I can see it. And then the best for last, RP my guy. I miss this card. I miss it. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I still had it, but it is such a nice card. Super sick. The price is rising. It's gone back up. I know it went all the way down to like, I think 580, 600 something. But now we're all the way back up to 800 plus and almost 900. So we're almost back to 1,000. Which like I said, I don't mind. I think these real like sought after rare cards like the manga rares should hold its value and should be worth how hard it is to pull, because you know you spend all this money and you finally pull that one card, that one manga rare, you know, and you want it to be worth that much because, you know, the hype is real, just the anticipation. So seeing manga rares drop to like insanely low is disappointing to me and sad, you know. So I love seeing these mangas going back up. I think they're worth it and they should hold their value. And you know, that's it, guys. That's about it. That's OP-01 and OP-02. So this is basically like a part 1 of the market watch. I'll do a part 2 of OP-03 and OP-04. But basically the craziness that's happening right now for price rises and stuff like that is OP-01 and a little bit of OP-02. So thanks again, guys, for checking in and for supporting me like always, and like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.